Well, this summer will be 45 years since Richard Nixon became the first U.S. president to resign. It began, of course, with a break-in at the Watergate Hotel. That building is a familiar part of our landscape. But thanks to a risk-taking new owner, this infamous hotel went from run down back to an icon.
The first time I came up here, I was like, wow.
With these sweeping rooftop views, the owner of the newly renovated Watergate Hotel, Jacques Cohen, can see the entire capital city that was defined by his hotel. A hotel that was empty, moldy, and rat-infested just 5 years ago.
When we purchased the property, it was a shipwreck in the middle of one of the most powerful residential complexes in the country. And nobody knew what to do with it.
A shipwreck along the Potomac that was a flagship in architectural design when it was built in 1962. The first rounded-shaped property of that scale in the country. But Cohen says the critics back then were harsh.
The Watergate complex architecture was as appropriate as a stripper dancing at your grandmother's funeral.
But the real scandal would begin in 1972 in this very room.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
It's now the scandal room, room 214, where the break-in next door at Democratic National Convention headquarters was orchestrated. It's now full of memorabilia like binoculars, a typewriter, tapes, and framed headlines. You'll find quirky nods to the scandal, like this "I stole this from the Watergate Hotel" pencil, and your room key says no need to break in.
The scandal ended up happening here because this was the place to be. And this was where the power was coming. The power was in the complex.
This is a sad day for our country.
Washington Post contributor Sally Quinn was in the middle of all of that power and drama.
Now everything is gate at the end. Any scandal has a gate at the end.
Quinn was a reporter and married to Ben Bradley, the editor of the Washington Post, as it broke the Watergate story.
What is your primary sort of emotion when you walk in this building?
I miss Ben. That's my primary emotion. It was so much a part of our lives.
Quinn is happy this symbolic structure has new life.
I think that the word Watergate means something in this country. It means something. It says something about the morality of this country and the road that we were heading down before Nixon resigned.
Cohen put $200 million into the Watergate renovation with museum-quality touches like these giant metal columns made in Italy and a striking whiskey bar. They collaborated with designers from the shows Mad Men and Scandal.
For me, it was more than just another business deal. It was really doing something that would make history and really make a strong statement that would stay for generations.
Having this hotel here is just symbolic that people want to come here because it's a story, but it's a story that everybody should be reminded of all the time.
So Cohen is very proud of the Watergate rooftop. Those views are spectacular, and he believes it's paved the way for more similar rooftops in the D.C. area.